All right, good morning and welcome back to another movie reaction. Today, watching Devil Girl from Mars. It's a sci-fi, of course, 1954. I saw a picture of a flying saucer and a thumbnail. So apparently we're going to get to see a flying saucer and hopefully a few of them. And see what Devil Girl from Mars is all about. I've got my hearing devices in. As you can see, I'm pretty bundled up because it's cold. We've been under a winter storm warning for the last 4 hours. So things should get pretty messy for the next 24 to 48 hours. And we might have some flooding, so I might go out and film some of that later on in the next couple of days. All right, well, let's get on and see what's going to be going on with Devil Girl from Mars. All right, cool plane. Starting out really good. Oh! It's starting out good for those guys. Devil Girl from Mars. I don't recognize any of those names. Nice setting.
BBC Home Service. Here is the news. It was announced by the Home Office today that the mysterious noise heard over a lonely part of Inverness-shire yesterday was caused by a supposed meteor falling to Earth.
What's a meteor?
Reports
I don't know,
indicate
Tommy.
that a
It's a good job it didn't drop on
object
anyone, if you ask
fell
me.
harmlessly
Oh,
into a
here's your
field.
auntie.
Many reports have since come in regarding an unidentified white aircraft.
Come on now, Doris,
seen
turn
over
it
the
off.
Hebrides
You
last
can read
night.
all about it in the papers in the morning. And it's long past Tommy's bedtime. Off you go, Tommy. I'll be up to tuck you in 10 minutes.
All right, Auntie.
But Mrs. Jameson, there's a meteor drop near here.
Meteor, a bit of rock from the sky. Tommy.
Yes, Auntie. I'm going.
Somewhere in
Glad
Europe,
his
I
babies
would
come up from London to take them off my
assume.
hands.
It's sort of romantic, isn't it? Coming all that way just to drop in our back garden.
Oh, you feel daft. Mrs. Matthews in the village said it dropped near Auchinary, and that's nearly 40 miles away. Now get on with your work.
Professor Arnold Hennessy, the well-known astrophysicist, has traveled north today to investigate the mysterious object and will give a detailed report to the Home Office of its size.
Professor, if you can tear yourself away from your own hero worship for just a minute, maybe you can make something of this map, huh?
I'm no good at reading maps.
Look, you plot stars millions of miles apart in the heavens, yet you can't even read a map of Scotland. Do you want to know something, Professor?
Scotland.
We are lost.
Robert.
It isn't Robert now, Doris. It's Albert. Albert Simpson.
Have they let you out?
With my luck, what a chance. I got your letter, Doris. You said you took this job to be near me. That you'd be waiting for me when I got out. Well, I'm out.
What can I do?
Give me a bite to eat, somewhere to sleep.
You know what you're asking.
I know. Well, if you'd rather not.
Heavens alive, who are you?
He's on a hiking tour, Mrs. Jameson. Got lost on the moors and luckily saw our lights.
Mine.
That was David. He works here. Gives me the creeps. Then there's Miss Prestwick,
Who's she?
model from London. Real good looker.
Good evening, Mr. Jameson.
Good evening, miss.
Looks as if we're going to have a storm.
Indeed it does.
But storm or shine, you are always pretty as a picture.
We can lock 'em up.
We'll go and see what they want, Jamie. Maybe somebody's come to buy a drink.
Yes, ma'am. All right, I'm coming.
I'm sure I saw a flash of light in the sky.
Really?
Oh,
Just a
we're
shooting star.
finally gonna
even
get
it's
on
popular.
to
Quite a common
the
phenomenon,
flying
I suppose.
saucer.
Nothing to worry about.
I've seen them before, Professor, and this was a much larger flash.
When a matter such as the one I'm investigating gets reported in the newspapers, well, naturally people start imagining all sorts of things.
You mean I thought I saw something that wasn't there?
Well, you probably exaggerated its size. Come on, have a drink with me. That's it.
Well,
What is it?
I know you.
I don't think so.
Doris, be careful what you're doing, girl.
That's Albert Simpson, Mr. Carter. He's a guest here.
Is that so?
And very welcome, too, isn't he, Mrs. Jameson?
Maybe he won't be so welcome when you know who he really is. Don't you read the papers? Don't you listen to the radio?
Oh, what in the world? It's flying saucer time. All right. Well, that was a big surprise. Surprise intro.
Come on, Professor.
I'll go too, my dear. You, Miss Weisberg, better stay here.
It's pretty funny sometimes to see the special effects and how phony and fake they are, but they really make the movie in these old 50s black and whites.
Professor, how do you think it looks now?
It's red hot. That means it'll be at least 2 hours before we can go near it.
Yeah, it's still out there. Oh, it's doors opening. Finally, we're getting to some flying saucer action. That must be Devil Girl. That is a very big, realistic looking prop there. Oh. Oh, that guy's no longer in the movie now.
The tank is full. I've checked the carburetor and ignition. This car is perfect. I can't understand.
Just like the telephone. Well, what? I tell you, that's absurd.
Oh, here she is.
Who are you?
My name is Naya.
Where do you come from?
Mars.
But that's preposterous.
You men on Earth are much as we expected.
We scientists were always skeptical about the possibility of life on Mars, but certainly nothing so human.
You are a scientist?
Yes.
You are a very poor physical specimen.
You speak English.
Of course. You are English, aren't you? What other language should I speak?
You speak other languages?
I speak them all.
Pick up our radio.
Of course.
Is this the first time any of your spaceships have landed on this Earth?
Yes, this is the first landing.
Why did you land here?
A miscalculation. The course was set for London, but the planet's atmosphere was thicker than expected. A part of the ship was torn off.
The supposed meteor, Professor.
Yes.
Repairs will take about 4 Earth hours.
Are you alone in the ship?
Johnny.
Johnny is a mechanical man, a robot with many of the characteristics of a human, but improved by an electronic brain.
Alright, we're gonna get to see a robot too, apparently.
The metal from which the spaceship is constructed reproduces itself.
The metal reproduces itself. Do you realize what you said? They've turned the inorganic into the organic.
Just why are you going to London?
Many of your Earth years ago, our women were similar to yours today. Our emancipation took several hundred years and ended in a bitter, devastating war between the sexes. The last war we ever had.
So you've had wars too.
All inhabited planets have had wars. Some have ended by wiping themselves out.
How?
For every new weapon invented, the defense was perfected until the ultimate weapon was developed.
So there is a fourth dimension.
After the War of the Sexes, women became the rulers of Mars, but now the male has fallen into a decline. The birth rate is dropping tremendously, for despite our advanced science, we have still found no way of creating life.
So you come here for new blood?
In a way. But also to test a newly invented organic metal, of which my ship is built. On Mars, some think I will not return, that the metal is too unstable. But when I get back, we will build more spaceships. Meanwhile, I will select some of your strongest men to return with me to Mars.
If they don't want to go with you,
There is no if.
your philosophy may not be appreciated. How do you propose to subdue London, or anywhere else for that matter, once you take your pick of the men?
A simple matter. The nuclear ship contains a paralyzed array mechanism, capable of freezing all life over a wide area.
Like you froze me just now.
Yes.
Why, Professor, don't you understand that this thing from Mars can destroy all life?
But we must look objectively on what's happening. Mars offers the scientific millennium now. This is the turning point in the history of the world.
Oh, you're back.
Mrs. Jemison, may I introduce your latest guest, Miss Naya. She comes from Mars.
Oh, well, that will mean another bed. She's come from where?
From Mars.
Oh, Jamie. Jamie. Oh.
Mr. Jameson, where is he? I'll go after her. Mrs. Jameson! Mrs. Jameson! Mrs. Jameson, what happened?
It's David. I can't find him anywhere.
Oh, Jamie. David, he's vanished.
Where can he be?
You think he's gone with Simpson?
No.
The lad is right. He'd never go with Albert Simpson.
Have you?
Of course.
Is he alive?
No, he was superfluous. A hopeless specimen.
Do you know what they're doing this earth to murder?
Oh, they're talking about the
Do not try to follow me. You
one
cannot
that
get
she
help.
already
Around
got
this
rid
house,
of
I've
out
drawn
there.
invisible walls through which no one may pass, in or out.
the invisible wall, yeah.
An invisible wall. I don't believe it.
What I do. When she went out of here just now, she just vanished.
But that's absolutely
Yeah, that's what
ridiculous.
Jameson tried
I'm
to
a
walk through
scientist. I
that
believe
wall
what my brain tells
before
me to
she
believe. What I
did
can
away
see
with
my
him.
own eyes.
Even when it's there and you can't see it, Professor?
And that explains the car and the telephone not working.
I'm going to try and find this
No,
invisible
Professor, no!
Come back, Frank! Come back!
Oh, Mrs. Jameson, what's to happen to us? To all of us everywhere.
I don't know. But whatever comes must be met with courage. Remember that and put your trust in the Lord. Come on, Jamie, while we're still alive, we might as well have a cup of tea.
I would want a cup of something stronger than that.
Good Lord.
What is it?
Come on.
What did he see out there that I didn't see? Because that one guy went out there to try to find that wall.
What's
Him.
happened?
She wasn't lying. It's there.
What is it?
The invisible wall. I walked down the garden, down the end where the slope is. I crashed into it. It was just like crashing into a brick wall.
Professor, good gracious.
Just a little
Mrs. Jemison, we better get him inside. Take it easy.
Steady.
Put him in that chair, Al. There, nurse. Quietly.
All right.
Michael, give me a handkerchief.
Give me.
Give him a little brandy.
Boy, these people in this hotel, restaurant, bar situation, as all their answers are alcohol, it seems like.
She's got a gun of sorts, then so have I.
Jamie, get that thing to me at once. I'll have no one playing with firearms around here. Someone might get hurt.
That Mrs. Jemison is a general idea.
You mean you want to shoot her?
No choice, unless
Unless what?
we take her prisoner. But even for that, we'll need the gun. It isn't just for us. There's enough destructive power in that ship to wreck the whole country. You better let me have that, Mr. Jemison. I'm used to things like this. It's kind of ancient, isn't it? How many shells have you got?
Just the 5. Mind you, I don't know if it'll work. It hasn't been fired these 20 years.
Oh, boy. Mr. Jemison, go behind that bar. Pretend to be busy, will you? Professor, stay right here. Mrs. Jemison, Ellen, I think you better go outside.
I'm not leaving Jamie.
And I'm staying right here.
All right, if that's the way you want it.
Michael, listen.
You are all very quiet. No doubt you are resigned to the inevitable. That is wise. Professor, I observed your encounter with the electronic wall. Today it is you who learn the power of Mars. Tomorrow it will be the whole world.
Put up your hands.
And why should I put up my hands?
Because if you don't, I'll shoot you. Get back or I'll fire. Get back!
You fool.
Get back!
Shoot, man, shoot!
You poor demented humans. To imagine you can destroy me with your old-fashioned toy. What do you know of force? Forces will use it on Mars. But you shall know. You and the rest who dwell on this planet. I can control power beyond your wildest dreams. Come. Come and you shall see.
Psst. Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Who are you?
Hang on a minute, kid. You can't go down there.
Sure I can. I've done it often.
Maybe, but not at night. Kids like you shouldn't be around at this time.
I want to see the aeroplane. Did you see it come down? Come on. Gee, that's something.
It looks different now, like something happened to the top.
Now, Earthmen, look. Watch the power of another world.
The 1950s props. It's fun to see what they did back in those days. Yeah, there's something different with the top of the flying saucer now. Oh, here we go, the robot. Yep. That robot looks like it was made in somebody's garage. That's what makes them so special, these old movies like this. The old props. Special effects from 1950s. Oh, this is great. Nice and great. Wow, as a little kid growing up in the early 1970s, late 60s, early 70s, I dreamed of movies like this. Oh, man.
Get up.
Gee, you're just like the black spider. Danger's always having trouble with her.
You speak in riddles. What is your name?
Don't talk to him like that. He's only a kid. Leave him alone.
You should plead for your own life and not for his. He will be safe with me.
She wants to take the little boy. For what purposes, I don't know.
Come. I will show you wonders you have never seen before.
Well, she certainly has a way of controlling the humans, that's for sure.
No doubt you are having a council of war. It amuses me to watch your puny efforts.
The wise man always seeks to discover the truth. Even his means of doing so are limited.
It would take you 1,000 years to learn a fragment of what we have achieved.
Perhaps not, if I had you for a teacher. That is also a human accomplishment. You say a spaceship is very powerful. We also have powerful machines.
None to equal those of Mars.
Indeed.
You say you believe the evidence of your senses. Very well, then you shall see. Perhaps then you will realize your helplessness. Come!
Well, she is definitely not a friendly Martian, is she? Alright, can they go in the spaceship now?
Now you shall see.
But it's quite cool. Yet 2 hours ago it was quite hot.
Only the outside. That was caused by the friction as we entered the atmosphere of the Earth at over 6,000 semantics. The interior is insulated against heat or cold.
But how did the outside cool so quickly?
You have no wisdom. The entire structure of the nuclear ship is made of a new organic metal. Therefore, each molecular cell can absorb its own amount of heat or cold. It could have absorbed all the heat in a matter of seconds. Fill your eyes, Earthman. See such powers as you never dreamed existed. Now, look again. The evidence of your own eyes, Professor. Can you still see? There is enough power there to drive the ship anywhere in the universe. Enough power to obliterate this speck of matter you call Earth.
What is the power?
Something you scientists have not yet dreamed of. A form of nuclear fission on a static negative condensity.
So the one thing we still don't know here as Earthlings is what exactly does the inside of a flying saucer look like? If they exist. I don't know either way, honestly.
The fuel.
Self-propagating. The excess reaction of each drive expands, and it causes the same motion to happen again and again. It is what you call perpetual motion.
Perpetual motion. Impossible.
You talk like a primitive savage. Because your science has not discovered these things does not mean they're impossible. Even inventions as radio and television you would have considered impossible 100 years ago. But enough. Now we shall return to the others.
Do you think it'll work?
Kill that bitch. Try bullets. Let me have that knife. Right.
Oh, well, that's probably a really good idea. Just lock the devil girl out and she won't be able to get in.
Are you sure?
Yes. No, they've changed places. No, Michael, no.
Right.
You fools. Do you think you can hurt me with this? Even your limited intelligence will convince
Yeah, that
one
didn't
of
work,
you
did
cannot
it?
harm me. Perhaps your scientists will help to convince you. Now you must cease your stupid tricks, or I will destroy the child.
The child, you can't have... Oh, dear.
The child is safe, so far. You have seen some of my power. Perhaps this will help to show the others.
You devil, if you harm that child.
Look, she's going all blurry.
It can't be.
You still doubt? The transference of matter into the fourth dimension is simple.
Michael, I can't stand anymore.
What just happened?
See the day.
How did you get him? How did you know he was here?
He's not there. The poor lad's in that devil's hands. I'll never forgive myself.
Now, dear, you mustn't blame yourself. We're just simple folk up against a strange power. You can only trust in the Lord.
But we must have sinned something terrible. Michael, no.
We've done enough talking, Helen.
Professor. What's it like in there, Professor? Will he come out alive? Will he come out at all?
So I'm assuming that he's going to sacrifice himself so that they can get the child back.
What is it?
You have taken the child.
So?
Why did you take him?
He is a young creature. His mind is free from your stupid emotions and fears. If I take him, he will make a willing subject.
But a weak one. Why not exchange him for someone who would suit your purpose better?
Exchange him? For whom?
For me.
For you?
Release the child and I'll follow you willingly. It's a fair bargain.
But I must go back. I can't leave Michael alone in that.
Yes, no. Either Michael can achieve what he sets out to do, or he's past any help from us.
Poor wee Tommy. I'll never forgive myself.
You can't blame yourself. If that devil wanted to take him, there's nothing any of us could do to stop her.
How will I ever face my sister with the life of her son on my conscience? No, I'm going out there and I'll fetch him back.
Listen, there's someone outside.
She's back. She'll kill us all.
Oh, here he is.
Tommy!
Oh, thank God.
Oh, dear. Tommy, it's a miracle. Wonderful. Come, dear, sit on my knee. Oh, yeah.
Tell me, Sonny, what happened?
I saw the aeroplane come down from my window. I wanted to have a look. I put on my trousers, Auntie, so it was all right.
Oh, dear.
Then
Yes?
I climbed down the roof with a nice man.
What nice man?
He was up in the attic. He came with me.
What's got into her? Go on, son, go home.
Then we went across to the barn and we saw the big machine come over. Then we turned and ran.
Yeah, we saw him climb back up the attic after the devil girl had put some sort of spell on him or something.
I waited for a long time in a bright sort of room. Then she came and told me to come back. Gee, wait till I tell the fellas at school.
Albert, Albert, you're all right. What were you doing in the garden?
Foolish woman, running like a frightened rabbit in the night.
What's the matter, Albert? You're talking all funny.
We are all the slaves of a great and powerful civilization. Let us prepare for our rulers.
Have you gone daft, Albert? I thought you'd gone away.
Go. There is not much time.
Michael!
Where's Ellen?
She's upstairs with a wee boy, but...
Michael, what happened out there?
I've got to say goodbye to Ellen first, and I'll tell you.
Mr. Carter! Oh, Mr. Carter, it's Albert, sir.
Who?
Albert. Albert Simpson, he's upstairs.
But I thought the chap was miles away.
No, he didn't go. He came back to me. But something's happened. He's talking all funny and he doesn't seem to know me. Oh, quick, sir, come upstairs.
All right. Wait a minute. Go downstairs.
Oh, Mr. Carter.
Go downstairs. Simpson.
Well, this is a little unexpected.
Let's get him downstairs. Clean him up then.
Mr. Carter, why did you have to knock him out?
If I hadn't, he'd have knocked me out.
What's going on?
It's this convict, Mrs. Jameson. He was upstairs.
So he didn't get away. What's got into you, girl? Doris, what do you know about him? Did you know he was up there?
Yes, yes, I helped to die.
What?
Mr. Carter says he's a murderer. What can a man like that be to you?
Mrs. Jameson, it really isn't any of our business, and we've other things to think about. Michael, Professor, what's it like in there?
Well, Ellen.
This spaceship must be destroyed.
Destroyed? But how? Professor, what did you see in there?
I saw the source of power. A mere globule of energy, but mighty enough to take the ship here from Mars and back again.
This source of power, it's small?
Incredibly small. Probably a self-propagating atomic pile, exactly in the center of the ship. Perhaps one determined blow delivered might release this power in the form of a terrific explosion. A blow delivered by the right person, given the right opportunity.
But that would be suicide. Certain death to whoever delivered the blow.
One life in exchange for millions. Yes.
Professor, what are you trying to say to Michael? What is it that I don't know?
Ellen,
It is time, Earthman.
Oh, what does she mean?
Ellen, I've got to go now.
Her? Why?
Because he made a bargain. He is returning with me to Mars of his own free will. Why do you weep?
Because I love him. I don't understand. What is it she's saying? What bargain has she made with him?
Can't you guess, Miss Prestwick? The bargain was over Tommy the child.
You made your bargain. Do not regret it.
I'm not regretting it.
It is better for you and your people to know how helpless they are, the tricks they tried, how childish they were. Nothing can resist this power.
Oh, drama time. Here comes the robot. This would have really excited me, you know, as a 7-year-old kid. And it still kind of excites me as a 64-year-old kid.
That was the last trick, Earthman. He tried to gain control of the robot. Because of his trickery, you will all die. Do you hear, Earthman? You have brought death upon all in this room. In a few minutes, as you calculate time, the nuclear ship will have repaired itself. When I leave, this house and everyone in it will be destroyed.
Take me with you.
Another trick? Why should I take you?
Because when you get to London, you will need a guide.
A guide?
In spite of your great knowledge, many things there will be strange to you.
Why should I take you?
Since you've been here last, I've been thinking deeply. It is only right that Mars, with its superior knowledge, should triumph over Earth.
Mars will triumph,
I am a scientist. Take me with you. Let me share in that triumph.
But, Professor, you said that you would...
Never mind what I said a moment ago. I've changed my mind. Why should I die? I am willing to go with you on one condition.
Well,
That you spare the others.
I will spare no one. But in saying that I need a guide, you speak sense. I will take one of you. The rest will die.
Then you will take me?
I do not know. 3 times already during this Earth night you've tried to trick me. It will not happen again. No one will enter the nuclear ship till it is ready. I will return soon. One of you will come with me. The rest will die.
She is the evil
Can't
devil
understand it.
woman.
I can't believe that.
Devil
That I was
girl
trying to
from
save my
Mars.
own skin. Thank you, Miss Prestwick.
You had me fooled. You sounded sincere enough.
I am sincere. I am sincere in my efforts to try and get on board that ship. Do you realize that soon it'll be on its way to paralyze London, and
What's to be done?
whoever gets on board that ship must try to destroy it.
But who? Who will do it?
There's very little time left to decide that. I have one little job to do. If we can't save ourselves, perhaps we can save others. I'm going to write down what has happened.
You mean someone may find it?
Yes, what little I have learned may help the authorities while there is yet time. I'll go to my room and try and write it down as simply as I can. The atomic structure of the metal from which the ship is constructed.
So the flying saucer looked a little different in that picture, and that's because I can tell that it's back up and up farther so we can see more of the top of it that I couldn't see before.
Must have a weak spot, a vital spot at which one can strike.
You all right, Albert?
I think so. What hit me? That woman?
Never mind about that now, Albert. She must have hypnotized you. Then Mr. Carter came upstairs and you had a fight.
These ropes. Who tied me up?
He did. He thought you might...
I see. He thought I might be dangerous.
I see you've recovered, have you? You remember what happened?
Sort of.
Nothing like a good cup of tea in a crisis.
How's Tommy, Mrs. Jameson?
I've just been up to him. He's sleeping in my room tonight. The poor wee soul's sound asleep.
We must all be prepared for her return. One of us must be inside that spaceship before it takes off. If one of us is not inside it, we may all die seconds within its taking off. Or she may kill us before it leaves at all. Either way, we all die. Or one of us dies so that the others may be saved. As I've explained, I'm the logical choice.
No.
Jamie,
It's all right, dear. I'm only a useless old man.
you can't, Jamie. I couldn't bear it.
This whole argument is ridiculous. There's only one logical person to go, me. I made a bargain, remember?
Michael, you...
Ellen, I'm not really a very nice person. Hasn't it ever occurred to you that I might have an ulterior motive for going? Selfish reasons?
Selfish reason?
Yes, the person who goes on that spaceship is under no compulsion to wreck it. He can go to Mars and keep his life.
You wouldn't.
Wouldn't I? Well, the best thing to do is to just wait and see, isn't it?
We're wasting time if we cannot decide who is to go. There's only one thing for it. That's draw a lot.
Right.
That's the best idea.
I'll take him, Mr. Jameson. Now, eyes closed.
Yes.
Professor, you first.
10 of spades.
Mr. Jameson?
What is it, Jamie? The sea of clouds. The sea of clouds.
King of spades.
I go.
Now, there's very little time to lose. You've got to work as fast as you can. Listen, when you get inside the spaceship, you will see the power crucible in a kind of shaft. Then, it's up to yourself.
I understand.
As for the rest of us, have you got a cellar?
Aye, there's one below this very room.
Well, it mightn't afford much protection, but perhaps it's the best we have in the circumstances. Be right now. Come on.
But Albert! What about Albert?
Never mind him. We'll get him down in a minute. Come on, Doris.
Doris, you must come. All right, Miss Prestwick. In a moment. I'll come. Nothing like this has happened to me before.
Nothing like this has ever happened before.
But why to us?
Well, it had to happen sometime. Somewhere. There's no reason for believing that we on Earth are the only living people in the universe. I've been reading about it. There are thousands of stars and planets up there. We'll reach them someday. Probably the moon first, and then out into space.
Will she really kill us?
Maybe not.
She said
She probably didn't mean it. People have to have a reason for killing.
I've got to forget that. You had a reason.
No one has the right to kill, not even...
She was bad. Go away.
I'm just realizing what a fool I've been all my life.
Wow.
Doris. Come on now. You must go or they'll miss you.
Go and hide yourself somewhere. You seeing him?
Goodbye, Doris.
Well, it's time, I guess.
So you are coming.
Yes.
Where are the others?
They are hiding. They are afraid.
Do you go with me of your own free will?
Of my own free will.
Later, Doris. I've got to get Albert down first.
Please.
Give him a chance, Mr. Carter. Give him a chance.
And there they go. Now, is she gonna keep her promise or destroying them after she leaves? I hope not, of course. Pretty cool effect for 1954. And off goes the flying saucer.
Albert did it.
Oh, I think I understand now.
Mr. Carter. Oh, Mr. Carter. Oh, Doris.
I believe he destroyed the ship
Oh,
up
yes?
there.
Yes, this is the Bonnie Charlie. Yes. They want to know if there's been something the matter with the line.
Now we'll all have a drink.
On the house.
And that is the end. Alright, that wasn't too bad of a movie. It was pretty slow in starting, and there wasn't anywhere near enough flying saucer stuff in it for me. But it still was pretty good. It was hard to kind of get a grasp on the story. I wondered really what was going on for a lot of the movie. But she was very evil, and she needed to take somebody back there to Mars as her mate, I would assume. And it didn't work out because in the end, Albert, the guy that was in trouble from the beginning in the movie, managed to destroy the ship. So it was at that moment I was thinking, well, it'd be nice to see a part 2 of this, to see what's actually going on Mars. But I'm sure there is not any such thing. So that wasn't too bad. That was actually pretty good. Just a little strange. So anyway, we'll try to find some more flying saucer movies to react to very, very soon. So that's going to be it for now. If you have any suggestion for some old 1950s flying saucer movies, please put it down in the comments. And I might react to it if I haven't seen it. So anyway, that's it for now. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching.